Welcome to the Noka News Network. I'm Ricky French. Dan Colley is headbanging.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do, Ricky. That's what I do, sir.
All right, we're going to have a lot of fun this week.
So you say.
Yeah, we have fun every week. We got stories about March Madness.
Munch Madness.
We got drugs in France. Got metal news coming up. All right. The NCAA basketball tournament is upon us.
Oh, boy.
Yes,
Go ball players.
Yeah, it's sort of the news that no one cares about as far as I'm concerned, too.
I know.
Basketball's not my sport.
No, you're more of a badminton kind of aficionado?
I enjoy lacrosse unless it's at Duke. Then it's a little sketchy.
Too soon?
Yeah, right. NCAA athletes may be stuck in a March Madness bubble, but that isn't stopping them from ordering out from Indy's local restaurants. The unique rules and regulations for ordering out are dropping massive buys at Indy restaurants in dire need of their business. Quote, orders come in. You got that group of 34, but many of the players are ordering, frankly, more than the usual grown man does, chuckles Patrick Tam, president and CEO of the Indiana Restaurant and Lodging Association. He chuckled it. The Indiana Restaurant and Lodging Association, one of the most fun groups.
Premier organization in the Indianapolis area.
Always a party with them. Mm-hmm. They are about $800 to $1,000 for us, so it's 35 to 40 menu items, lists Blake Fogelsong, owner and director of operations for Clancy's Incorporated. Quote, they are tougher orders. They're individual, and they want the boxes labeled. That's the challenging thing, is doing it from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. while also having our dining room busy.
Well, if your dining room's busy,
sad.
They're complaining that they didn't have enough business. They're now getting business. Now they're bitching about having too much business, too, huh?
Yeah, they don't want to write the names on the boxes. Clancy's Incorporated owns the Grindstone Charlie's chain, as well as Clancy's Hamburgers at the Garage Food Hall.
All right.
Per NCAA tournament rules, a single team can only order from a single restaurant at a time, not individually. That's a weird thing for the NCAA to have any say about.
I know. So I don't care what position you play, you've got to get the same food as everyone else. So what if the 6'5" center wanted something different than the 5'9" power forward?
Yeah.
See, I know sports.
Quote, we are seeing...
Thanks, Larry.
We're seeing pizzas, we're seeing Waffle House, we're seeing Grindstone, and everything in between, lists Tam. There are 20-year-old unbelievable athletes. Obviously, we're also seeing a lot of double orders of protein. They got to have their protein.
Scattered, smothered, and covered.
We've done $4,000 just in extra carry-out catering to these teams, says Fogelson, talking about Grindstone Charlie's on Indy's west side.
Okay, so that's like the third time you've mentioned
I know.
Grindstone Charlie's.
Yeah, there's...
I've never even heard of the damn thing. Whoever wrote this article, do they own stock in Grindstone Charlie's?
Apparently, so that's really what it seems like.
Today's episode brought to you by Grindstone Charlie's.
Not really. Not a sponsor.
Never heard of their shit, so try them out.
Not a sponsor. We can talk money if they want.
Oh, sure. They have delicious insert item here.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know about you, but Grindstone Charlie doesn't sound like that great of a place. But maybe the food's good.
No.
I don't know.
Well, I know someone actually who's working those games right now. Do you want me to call him up real quick and ask me if he's heard of Grindstone Charlie's and tried their food yet?
No, I've done a fair amount of stuff in Indianapolis myself, and I've never heard of this Grindstone Charlie character.
No, he sounds like a shady fella.
What else you got for me, Dan?
Oh, speaking of shady characters and DoorDash.
Right.
See how we set that up, folks?
That's a good one.
That's what we do for the hour and a half before this. A top aide to a district attorney in suburban Philadelphia has been demoted because he was caught moonlighting for DoorDash during work hours.
Okay.
If it's DoorDash like it is here, it takes forever to get to you. So, Bucks County District Attorney Matt Weintraub announced the punishment Thursday against prosecutor Greg Shore, who was demoted from the office's first assistant district attorney to being a deputy district attorney.
Oh, how horrible.
Yeah, I mean, how will he survive? Weintraub said Shore...
Gonna have to deliver even more food now.
I know. Start doing pizzas. Weintraub said Shore, who I don't believe is related to Pauly Shore...
Oh, okay, Dan.
...has been working for DoorDash, delivering food during work hours. From October to February, it says. It says the Bucks County Courier-Times said Shore's salary as first assistant was $125,000 a year. But yet he still needed that $3 for bringing me some Chipotle.
Yeah.
I primarily worked at the job at nights and weekends. However, I made the incredibly poor decision to deliver during the workday at times, Shore told the paper Thursday.
My question is, what drug is this guy addicted to? Because
if you're making $125 a year and you still need to deliver DoorDash, then
hard up enough that you want to schlep around, tacos to people.
That, or he plays miniature wargaming or something. Shore told maybe he collects guitars. Dan. Maybe he collects guitars, Ricky.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
Shore told Courier-Times he was motivated by personal circumstances during the COVID-19 pandemic to work the delivery job.
The circumstance was he wanted more money.
That's what I'm gathering too.
All right. So speaking of food, this week police in Paris announced a quote-unquote fruitful investigation and a raid netting MDMA and ecstasy with a street value of over $1.2 million.
What is MDA?
However, MDMA,
I still don't know what that is.
It's a party drug, Dan. You don't party enough. Valid. But it's turned out to be fruitful in a different way. You see how that's done?
I did.
Sources close to the investigation now say the pink powder was in fact ground up sweets. Or more specifically, crushed Tagada strawberry made by Haribo, one of the most popular brands of sweets in France.
I was going to say Nestle Quick strawberry powder, it sounded like to me, but
it does sound similar to that.
Haribo, also known for their fine gummy bears.
Yes, yeah.
Kind of like the dank bears that we had last week.
Right.
The dank gummies?
I prefer the gummy dinosaurs myself.
You prefer the medicated nerd rope.
Whenever I can get my hands on one of those, that's a good time. Suspect faces prosecution as police also found stolen mobile phones as well as a machine used to manufacture ecstasy tablets. So while that wasn't ecstasy powder or whatever, it still he still was up to something.
Well, it sounds like he was probably going to try to actually squeeze it into like X tabs or something like that and sell those and try to make some money or something. Or why would he have the powder?
Right. Well, I don't know. It's not clear why the original haul was reported to be drugs, nor why seemingly large amounts of an innocuous sweet had been ground into powder. So they don't know, Mm-hmm. Drug seizures have been misidentified in the past. Last year, what was initially claimed as Thailand's largest ketamine bust was found to be a type of cleaner.
Oh, all right.
It was really Ajax or something.
Mr. Clean.
Right.
That reminds me, remember the old Cheech and Chong movie where they were doing Clorox, I think it was, off the plate?
Yes, indeed I do.
Mm-hmm. That's how old I am.
You know what time it is, Dan?
I'm pretty sure you're going to tell me.
Well, I think you need to tell me.
It's time for the Metal News. The westbound off-ramp to Nicollet Avenue was temporarily shut down in Bloomington, Minnesota, while crews cleaned up a leaking trailer. The spill was animal blood. Bloomington Fire tweeted that the blood was from an animal rending company. It was raining blood. It was also cleaned up. I hope no demons were summoned.
Blood all over the freeway sounds metal as hell, Dan.
It also sounds like an 80s driver's ed video, doesn't it?
Blood on the freeway.
Blood on the freeway.
It does sound like one of those things. Let's just...
Red asphalt.
Yeah, well, it actually sounds more like it's from like the 60s or the early 70s. This is Steven. Steven is a good driver, and then they go through the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay.
This is Dick. Dick is a bad driver.
Don't be like Dick.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going from metal to we're going from blood to bones.
Okay, that's also metal as hell.
Yeah, right.
All right.
This comes out of Columbia, South Carolina. A large amount of contraband has been confiscated from a dorm at the Broad River Correctional Institution.
Okay.
The South Carolina Department of Corrections says 34 shanks.
Ooh, that's a party.
10 cell phones, three SIM cards.
Okay.
And a bong made from a chicken bone were found.
All right, now we're talking about a hell of a party there.
I don't know. That takes some ingenuity, I think.
Did they also sharpen some of the bones into shanks? Now, see, that would make. How are you getting a full chicken in the correctional institution?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they're just eating chicken drumsticks. I don't know.
No, they should be getting like bologna sandwiches, big vats of beans,
right?
And like I don't know, ramen noodles,
Jello,
Funyuns,
yeah.
Little Debbie's,
right?
I mean, I don't know.
During this raid, the authorities found 8 lighters, 2 Pop-Tart boxes filled with prescription medicine, and 3 bags of homemade wine.
Well, I would much rather have 3 Pop-Tart boxes full of prescription meds instead of unfrosted Pop-Tarts, because those are horrible.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What flavor homemade... Well, it wasn't homemade wine. It was prison-made wine, first of all. Unless you really screwed up and that is your home now for a while.
Home away from home.
Yeah. Did they say what flavors or anything?
I think the only real flavor of prison wine is orange peel and ketchup, because that's usually all there is to
It's depression and bad decisions.
Right.
So they were getting hooped up on homemade hooch and stabbing people after hitting the chicken bong.
Oh, man.
All right.
Things get crazy when they hit the chicken bong.
Speaking of crazy and hitting things, I like how you did that. It's like we planned this. A wax
just like that.
Yeah. A wax museum in downtown San Antonio, Texas. Hey, by the way, there is no basement in the Alamo.
I know.
They removed a wax statue of former President Trump after it was repeatedly vandalized, the San Antonio Express News reports. Louis Tussaud's Waxworks pulled the figure from public view after it sustained multiple beatings and transferred it into storage.
People were just taking their frustrations out on that wax figure.
I know, right? But then it says the scratches on the Trump figure's face were especially damaging, said Clay Stewart, the regional manager of the parent company Ripley's Entertainment. When it's a highly political figure, attacks can be a problem, Stewart said, according to the Express News. And the effigy of the former president likely won't return to the display floor until the new wax figure of President Biden is added into the rotation. At which point you can choose which one you want to punch at that point, I guess.
It's equal opportunity wax attacking, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It goes on to actually make some political statements here I won't get into. Some more political statements. All
I want to know is about punching the wax figure.
Yeah, the rest of this story is all about political statements. Anyway, so people were ticked off at Trump, so they were punching the wax statue of Trump in the face.
Right.
And leaving scratches. So they weren't punching it very hard because it's wax. You'd figure that you'd get a good fist print in there or something.
Right, yeah.
You know what they should have done? Is put it on rotation and charge people an extra $10 to swing by, pop it one good one right in the kisser, then go on by.
Right, yeah.
Make an extra few bucks for Ripley's.
Right. I mean, who cares if it gets mangled? That's what they want to see anyway.
Well, it's wax. Just melt it down and redo it, right?
Right.
I mean, I don't know how a wax figure's made. I'm sure it takes more than just melt it down and redo it. I'm sure it takes some effort. But I mean...
No, I don't care, really.
I couldn't give a rat's ass. Have you ever been to a Ripley's museum?
I think I went into the little the thing they had at Niagara Falls.
Okay.
When I went up there once years ago.
Like a Believe It or Not or something like that?
Yeah, right, yeah.
I know using the term museum is a little loose.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Because
usually
they flat out tell you if it's bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. It usually implies there's something of educational value involved, but at the Ripley's places, there really is not.
Have you ever been to a wax museum?
I've never been to a wax museum.
Wouldn't that be creepy as hell?
Yeah, kind of. It's like that, I don't know. Something about like lifeless clumps of things made to look like humans is a little off-putting. Like full-size humans.
Yeah, I agree.
Weird.
We need to try to find one local, go to it, and maybe, I don't know, do some video or something like that, or check it out. There's got to be one somewhat close.
Yeah, probably. I don't know why you want to do that. I have zero interest in that whatsoever.
I just think it would be interesting and weird to do it, and maybe good content. I don't know.
So I got a good one for you here real quick, Dan.
Yeah, go ahead.
Burglar has to wait for police to arrest him after he gets his head stuck in a railing in Mexico City.
Okay.
These are always, stories like this are always good because people get what's coming to them, you know what I mean?
Right.
The man got his head trapped in the railings while allegedly trying to escape from a burglary. His plight may have gone unnoticed, but he ended up stuck between the metal bars for 2.5 hours.
Oh, jeez.
Neighbors in the
you won't just let him go after that, don't you?
Right. Neighbors in the nearby block of flats spotted him trying to wriggle free and alerted the police. Wriggle free.
That's a good word. Yeah, I like that, wriggle.
Police eventually freed the stuck thief from the roof and led him away in handcuffs. The man was filmed by onlookers at 4:40 p.m., but police in the Mexico City of Maria didn't arrive until 7 p.m.
Damn. Well, he could have totally got away with it then.
Right. One witness said, he looks like a rat caught in a trap. 3 cops arrived and managed to cut him free with some bolt cutters. And then, if for some reason it adds, one officer even did a somersault to get down from the roof before the suspect was taken down. Which I don't know why they added that detail. I mean, it's interesting. I don't know why they added that detail, and I also don't know why that cop did that.
My job gets mad at me if I don't like wear a raincoat in the rain, so I might get pneumonia, or put on boots when I go into a place. But cops are allowed to do somersault.
Well, no wonder
Mexico.
It took them.
That's why it took them so long to get there. They're performing on Circus of the Stars.
Yeah, they're perfecting their trapeze act instead of showing up to solve crimes.
Maybe they're on America's Got Talent next week. Mexico's Got Talent. All right, Ricky, in the second segment, we're going to be making bacon. We're going to go visit the Florida man. We're going to check out some Bovine Brutality and Crystal Light My House on Fire.
No Good News Network, the news no one cares about.
No Good News Network.
Long ago, when men roamed the earth wearing nothing but loincloths, things were dangerous. Things were cool and chilly, and things were also very uncomfortable, Ricky.
Why is it we can't do a minute-long commercial without you being a moron?
I was only a moron for like 20 seconds of that.
You do, I have to admit, you do make a good point, though. NoCanoes.store is the place to get all the No Canoes merch that you could want. There's T-shirts, hoodies, mugs, face masks, tote bags. It's all there at NoCanoes.store.
So if I wanted to wear a No Canoes T-shirt,
Yes.
and then a No Canoes hoodie,
Yes.
I could do that.
Yeah, I don't care what you wear.
Oh, but you did give me a weird look when I came in with this loincloth on. I mean, let's be honest here.
Yeah, well, I've just come to expect it from you. Are you into model trains? Well, I'm not, but if you are, I've got a great suggestion, and that's Scale Sound Systems. Scale Sound Systems offers aftermarket drop-in speaker systems, LED conversion kits, decoders, parts, and installation services for model trains. Scale Sound Systems is an authorized ESU, Soundtracks, and TCS dealer and offers the best-sounding HODCC speaker systems on the market. Find Scale Sound Systems on Facebook, visit YouTube for demonstration and installation videos, and visit them at scalesoundsystems.com to shop and for other great information. scalesoundsystems.com. Welcome back. It's the Noka News Network. The news no one cares about. I'm Ricky French. Dan Colley's still here. He's playing a tiny air piano or something.
I'm a T-Rex, dude.
Oh, T-Rex. He's a T-Rex. That's what it is.
T-Rex arms, huh?
I get it now.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Well, good. Thanks for joining me with that on that fantastic ride.
Yeah, no problem. That's what I'm here for.
All right, Rick. Let's go check out Wisconsin. You want to go check out Wisconsin?
Yeah, sure.
You ever been to Wisconsin?
Yes,
I have not.
I have.
Okay. Well, I feel like I have. I've seen all of the '70s shows. So,
I got a pizza in Wisconsin, and let me tell you, it had the most cheese of any pizza I've ever seen in my life.
it damn well should. How about Cudahy, Wisconsin?
That would be Cudahy.
Charges. I don't live there. Charges are now filed in a shootout between a woman and police in that place on March 13th. 33-year-old Brandy Bacon of West Alice.
She sounds delicious.
Yeah, she's smoky. West Alice is charged with 2 counts of attempted first-degree homicide.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, now the jokes are out the window, aren't they?
Spicy bacon.
The peppered.
No, they're not quite.
No,
they're not.
I don't know if the jokes ever showed up. Honestly, we ordered some. They showed up. We ordered jokes from. They showed up from Wish.com, so we're screwed. The criminal complaint says officers were called to a duplex on Pennsylvania Avenue for an intoxicated woman firing a gun.
Okay.
When officers arrived, a woman later identified as a pork product of some sort, bacon,
Yeah.
was
Bacon.
found sitting underneath a bush outside. Police asked Bacon to come out. I asked Bacon to come out in the mornings on breakfast. Tomorrow morning, I'll be like, come here, Bacon. And Bacon reportedly opened fire at 2 officers who had taken cover behind a minivan. The complaint says Bacon then quickly moved across the yard, firing 2 more times before officers returned fire from behind the minivan. Prosecutor said Bacon then proceeded past the front end of the minivan, pointed her gun at an officer from just 4 feet away and fired, but missed.
Not a real good shot.
No. Officers then returned fire, striking Bacon in the abdomen. No officers were injured. In a statement to authorities, Bacon admitted to consuming multiple bottles of wine, using cocaine, and smoking marijuana.
Multiple bottles of wine.
Yeah. She said she didn't have any recollection of the events, but that bacon was fried. And reading that story, I felt like I was like Howard Cosell. I was like, she went past the front of the minivan and fired 2 more rounds.
Yeah, I didn't like that story because I know it was about a human woman, but it sounded like you were bad-mouthing bacon, the food, the whole time.
I would never,
Like,
ever.
oh, I can't
be mad at bacon.
Yeah, it's like, bacon, why you got to do these things?
Unfortunately, that seems to be one of those cases that we hate to see of pork on pork crime.
Oh, Dan, that was worse. That was a crime in and of itself.
Yeah.
All right, this is also out of Wisconsin.
Oh, that's a crime.
We're going to move on from that.
Hello, Wisconsin.
And what ought to be a cautionary tale for soothsayers and occultists with a penchant for home decor,
now you have my attention.
a crystal ball is being blamed for a fairly sizable fire that erupted in a Wisconsin residence. The odd incident reportedly occurred last week in the community of Delton, where would you stop fucking with that bottle, Dan?
I couldn't get it closed. That's what you get for getting the Aldi's water, I think. No, that's the Ice Mountain, too.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Jeez. The odd incident reportedly occurred last week in the community of Delton, where the owners of a house had kept the classic divination tool atop a table in their living room. Their decision to display the crystal ball in that precise spot, however, proved to be a big mistake, as it just so happened to be in the path of direct sunlight streaming through some windows, leading to a disastrous chain of events.
Did it do the old magnifying glass ant trick?
Yep, that's what happened. And so, like a scene out of a cartoon, when the sun's rays passed through the psychic instrument last Monday afternoon, their intensity was magnified into a fine point that was cast onto a nearby couch, which subsequently burst into flames. In a Facebook post detailing the strange turn of events, the Delton Fire Department indicated that the inferno was fortunately confined to just that room, although the main floor of the home was also impacted by the considerable heat generated by the fire. All told, the blaze is estimated to have caused around $250,000 in damage, and as one might imagine, more than a few jokes about how the object was apparently unable to predict the trouble it would cause.
Any news on if the firefighters had spaghetti with them?
No, that's a...
All right. Well,
it's a call back to last week.
Tune into all the episodes for all the really, really bad jokes that I will make about the other episodes.
We're moving along to New York City now.
Okay. Well, good. I don't like Wisconsin anyway.
We're moving out of the upper Midwest.
I can't say I've never been to Wisconsin, so that's unfair. You've
seen fields of and dairy farms, right?
Yeah.
Well, then there you go. Pretty much all you need. A group of New York City exotic dancing clubs sued New York State Thursday, saying it's not fair that they've been kept closed when everything from axe-throwing venues to bars with live music and casinos can open up. The lawsuit filed in Manhattan federal court claimed...
Are you telling me that the exotic dancers are mad they can't open up?
Oh, Dan, come on now. I think they're mad that I think they're mad because they can't afford to go axe throwing. That's really what they're upset about.
Sorry, Trixie.
The lawsuit filed in Manhattan federal court claimed that thousands of employees were forced out of work by the state's ban because of the coronavirus. Defendants included Governor Andrew Cuomo and the state's liquor licensing authority. Exotic dance clubs, including Starlet's, Sugar Daddies, and Gallagher's 2000.
Wait.
Yeah.
There's a strip club called Gallagher's?
Gallagher's 2000.
Oh, so the future of Gallagher.
It's the futuristic Gallagher.
So Space Gallagher.
Yeah, he's smashing stuff with a hammer, and it's made of
titanium and space parts.
Yeah.
All right, so when you go to Gallagher's 2000, all right. So when you go there, is it like a Gallagher show? When you go to the front row, you have to hold up the plastic sheeting so you don't get all wet and stuff?
Oh, man. Depending on what goes down at the strip joint, it might be useful. I don't know.
Is it so? If it's Gallagher's 2000, the future of Gallagher technology, is it Gallagher 2?
Yeah, it's. I pray to God there aren't 1,999 other Gallaghers.
Oh man, sounds like it's a Gallagher franchise.
Because one Gallagher is enough. I have it on good authority. I've met the man personally
on
more than one occasion.
Wait a minute, we've known each other for all these years, and you've never told me you've met Gallagher? Yeah. How in the hell did we miss the? Oh, by the way, Dan, I've met Gallagher. Talk. When did that? All right, all right. The whole podcast is on hold now. How did you meet Gallagher?
He showed up to this town that I live in. It was a pretty small city, and inexplicably just showed up.
Okay,
I don't know why, but he was just for like 2 weeks or something. Was just hanging out around here. So
maybe he wanted to go to the world famous Red Lobster you have on the corner there, Ricky.
It might have been,
or the Rural King,
right,
folks. It is kind of it's a little isolated.
So anyhow, there's a guy here in town that runs a very small radio station. He had him on the show a bunch of times, and I heard it. And plus, there's all these posts on Facebook. People are like, I ran into Gallagher here. I ran into Gallagher at Hobby Lobby. I ran into Gallagher at Arby's. You know, it's, whatever the case may be.
They won't let him at the Aldi's produce section.
He's not allowed. He's banned from Aldi's, from what I understand.
Sense. That makes sense.
He was trying to steal the quarters out of the carts.
It's been rough for Gallagher.
Just to be clear, I made that up.
Okay,
I don't think Gallagher was actually trying to steal the cord. But anyway, so I hear on this radio show that he says he's inexplicably going to do a stock market seminar at the Buffalo Wild Wings. on this specific day. I don't know why. I don't know why he's doing a stock seminar because.
Okay, so we just keep going from levels of ridiculousness that he's here in the middle of nowhere for no reason to on a stock seminar. Like, what the hell does he know about stocks?
Well,
at a B-dubs.
Well, I took the morning off work and I went to said stock seminar.
Thank you, Ricky.
It had to be done, and as it turns out, what does he know about stocks? Not a whole hell of a lot, Dan.
No, that's what I assumed. Jack shit. Yeah.
Really,
Did he have all the props to talk about stocks too?
No, and I wish he did because all he had was like a tiny cell phone that nobody could see. But anyway, it didn't really matter. It was all about the experience, not really the information.
Okay, so you saw Gallagher at the B-dubs.
Yeah, and it was me and one other guy listening to him talk about stocks. So then,
all right, keep going.
So then, listening to him ramble on about stocks. So then, after that was over, he asked me if I could give him a ride back to the Super 8, which I said fine.
Well, yeah, of course. Obviously, you do.
I don't want to leave Gallagher in the lurch.
No, you can't leave Gallagher hanging in the wind like that, buddy.
I was a little concerned that he might smash a bunch of fruit in my car, but. So anyway, I took him. I drove him to the Super 8.
Okay, all right. Which was probably the nicest hotel here. He probably had the presidential suite.
I think the Fairfield Inn was a little bit.
Oh
nicer.
Yeah, that's true. They have continental breakfast.
There's no Band-Aids in their pool, and they have really nice laminate flooring. Mm-hmm. Anyhow, I pull up in front of the Super 8. To let Gallagher out, and Gallagher.
Sorry, say that one more time.
I pulled up in front of the Super 8 to drop off famed prop comic Gallagher.
Okay.
And Gallagher looks me dead in the eyes and goes, "Well, I got some dope." There's no word of a lie. I'm dead serious. This is exactly how this went down.
You looked at him and went, "Yeah, you're Gallagher."
Yeah, Gallagher, I know you've got dope, sir.
All right, Ricky, now I don't want you to self-incriminate or anything, but did you hang out with Gallagher anymore?
No, I did not.
That's probably the smartest move.
I was like, Gallagher, I appreciate the offer and all, but I really got to get to work.
Because I have a job, Gallagher, and I have to go to it now.
Yeah, so I met him other times too. But
okay, so now that you and Gallagher are buds, evidently, can we get Gallagher on the show?
Nope. Particularly probably now after that whole thing.
Hey, I'm Gallagher. Got dope. All right. The rest of the show's a wash after the Gallagher story, man. I'm looking at this next story going, well, this ain't going to be any good now.
Well, it's still nonsense. We're going to visit the Florida man.
But you blew your Gallagher load already, so. I was going to say something else about Gallagher. I can't remember now. I kept losing my mind. All right, let's go to another dullard. South Florida man, a 51-year-old Palm Beach man was charged with a felony after he was accused of spitting at a Disney World security guard who asked him to put on his mask. Kelly McKinn was charged with a battery on a security officer. Court record show. Says here, McKinn adamantly denied spitting. The Gallagher thing, I'm still in tears.
Yeah, of course.
Adamantly denied spitting on the guard last month at Disney's Contemporary Resort, the arrest report said. He did immediately not return a message for comment Monday. However, the security guard said that she recognized McKinn from his long gray beard and mustache on February 5.
Mustache.
The guard said she had confronted him about not wearing a mask on Disney property as he was walking into the Contemporary's convention center. The guard described what happened next in the arrest report. She said that she asked him if he needed directions. He said, "I'm a guest." But the convention center was closed, she said. She asked him to put on his mask. He promised he would do so once he went inside the building. The security guard reminded him that masks were required at all times on Disney property. The male told her to leave him alone and took a step towards her and spit on her.
That's gross.
The spit did not make direct contact, but some saliva did hit her on her left forehead.
Well, it did make direct contact.
That's what direct contact actually means.
If any saliva gets on your forehead, that means that you got spit on.
That's exactly what that means. The guard who did not have a radio on her. All right, Disney, come on. You charge $135 to go see the damn mouse, and you can't provide your security guards with radios?
Yeah, and meanwhile, they're getting spit on by lunatics.
What if you'd had some dope? She went to get back up while the man disappeared inside the hotel and got on the elevators. That was the last he was seen, the arrest report said. The security contact notified Disney that she had at risk of COVID-19 exposure. She told authorities she was willing to press charges against the man. The next day, February 6th, Orange County Sheriff's Office responded to a call from Disney requesting a trespass warning after the man had been identified and seen on surveillance footage. He was later arrested and trespassed from Disney property.
Well, I'm glad they got him, at least.
Okay, so I know a lot of people don't want to wear masks nowadays, and I get it. They're uncomfortable and stuff like that, but you literally in a place where you have anywhere from 30 to 55 people wearing full head masks, walking around in the Florida heat, and they're not spitting on anybody.
Right.
You're probably okay with a mask on while you go get your Lady in the Tramp pancakes.
While you go get your $43 corn dog or whatever you're doing.
Well, they're damn fine corn dogs.
What's that stuff? It's like orange and pineapple.
The Dole Whip swirl.
Oh, yeah.
The orange swirls.
The Dole Whip thing.
The Dole Whips. Yeah, the orange bird.
Yeah, right.
You get those at the Polynesian. You can get them in Frontier. It's been a while since I've been to Disney, but I'm a big fan. So you know. Have you ever been to Disney?
No, I haven't.
Okay, again, we need to do a show at Disney then.
Well, sure.
Would you rather do a show at Disney or at a wax museum?
I'd rather do it at Disney, but like I mentioned before, I'd much rather do it at Space Camp.
Yeah, folks, we still need that Space Camp money rolling in. So if you guys want to help us out with that,
what's going on with this? What's going on with this cow, Dan?
Okay, so we have a rogue cow situation, Ricky.
A rogue cow.
Yeah. So an enraged bovine redefined the term having a cow.
That's a good one, Dan.
Yeah, well. After stampeding through a Colombian hospital as petrified
this is
patients.
In Colombia.
This is in Colombia.
I'm a little bit surprised it's not in India, because over there the cows get to do whatever they damn well please.
Well, yeah. This one did whatever he damn well pleased as well. So evidently what happened was patients fled for their lives as seen in a newsflash viral video. So you guys can look this up on the internet.
Yeah, it's this thing where you go on your computer and you can find stuff.
Yeah, Ricky, they're listening.
It's the internet.
How the hell do you think they're listening to us right now? Carrier pigeon?
Sorry, I forgot that it wasn't 1996.
As much as we want it to be. After this, we're going to go see Hootie and the Blowfish.
2 weeks in a row, there's been a Hootie and the Blowfish mention also. By the way.
Good for Darius. Hot-headed. Whatever happened to the rest of the Blowfish?
Oh.
I mean, I know Hootie and the Blowfish wasn't the name of the band, but
clearly the guy's name isn't Hootie. We've already
that's
old news,
firmly established. But but no one knew what the hell the other band members' name were too. So they're just the Blowfish.
I don't think it matters.
Do you think they're playing at the local VFW as the Blowfish anymore?
I don't know. I might go see that though.
I would. We need to check that out. But we can get them on the show. They're probably not doing anything else anyway. Flipping pizzas. Hot-headed heifer's rampage lasted about 90 seconds. Where it was a crowded waiting room at a hospital in San Rafael in Colombia. All of a sudden, a humongous rogue cow enters the frame, causing them to scatter like an impromptu running of the Bulls festival. Things got really hairy after the beast traps a group of people in the corner of the room, battering several with its head and hooves. Before
gotta watch out for them hooves.
Them hooves, or we'll get you. Before Samaritans managed to steer it away from its leash. By its leash? The cow had a leash, dude.
All right, well, yeah, somebody was.
Eventually, the cow's owner reportedly went to the hospital to apologize about the cow incident.
He came in and he goes, "Cows be crazy." I'm sorry. You try to keep them under wraps.
You try to do the best you can, raise them. You try to raise them right, and
sometimes they get out of hand.
Yeah, so
I think that about does it for the second segment of the show today.
Thank God for the Gallagher story.
Yes, our last segment is coming up. What are we gonna do there, Dan?
Probably screwed up, but we are going to talk about.
That's a sort of a given.
Yeah, of course. We're going to talk about a hat trick hero. We're going to talk about we're going to do the paranormal news. We're going to talk about Baby Mania and Murder Hornets.
Oh, scary. It's Noka News Network, the news no one cares about.
Noka News Network.
Ricky, do you remember when you were a kid and you'd go to the video store?
Yeah, well, some of my fondest memories.
Right. So I loved going to the video store as a kid too. So I got to tell you, me and my buddy Charlie, we've been doing a podcast about action movies from the video store era.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. We're having a great time over there, Ricky. And every 2 weeks, we drop a new episode talking about the 80s and 90s action movies from when we were kids.
What's that podcast called, Dan?
It's Give Me Back My Action Movies, the podcast. And you can find it on your podcatchers every 2 weeks, along with joining the conversation in the Facebook group at Give Me Back My Action Movies. Just search us on Facebook. We're right there. And we've had a lot of fun so far doing it.
What movies have you discussed so far?
We've done Delta Force, we've done The Running Man, and Bloodsport.
Nice.
Yeah, so we were having a good time over there. Everyone join in the conversation, listen to the podcast at Give Me Back My Action Movies on Facebook, and get to the chopper.
Dan, you look like you could use a t-shirt.
What's wrong with the one I'm wearing?
Well, the only thing wrong with it is it doesn't have the Noka News Network logo on it.
Well, yeah, that's true.
We have those. They're available at nokanews.store.
Well, where would I... Wait a minute. Is that the store that's online?
Yeah. Yep.
That's the home for all the Noka News merch that one would ever need or want?
Yeah, it's on the internet. It's nokanews.store. There's hoodies, the t-shirts like I mentioned, these coffee mugs that are great.
Well, okay.
Face masks.
If I had all this stuff, how would I carry it around?
I'm glad you asked, Dan.
Well, that's what I do, Rick.
There's a tote bag on there, too.
Whoa, a tote
Yeah,
bag?
you can put all that stuff right in there.
And how? And I just go to nokanewsstore.com?
Nope. Nokanews.store.
No, nokanews.store.
Yep.
See, that's why I don't have that shirt. I didn't know where to go.
Well, it's nokanews.store for all the Noka News merch.
Oh, man. All right, hold on a minute. Nokanews.store.
Nokanews.store for Noka News merch. Welcome back. It's the Noka News Network. The news no one cares about. I'm Ricky French. That's Dan Colley. He's looking around longingly.
Yeah, kind of. What color would you say the walls are in the studio
It's
here?
kind of a burnt orange.
Okay.
It's a little bit like the University of Texas.
I was going to
orange,
say it
but
was
it's a
like...
little darker, maybe.
It's like probably like the color of a pumpkin's paint.
That's what it was. That's what the paint swatch said. Pumpkin
That's what
paint.
I figured. Well, they're always named something stupid, so why not?
Yikes.
What?
Nothing.
All right.
Nothing. I don't have anything more to say about that.
Hey, Ricky.
Yeah.
Why aren't you wearing your Noka News Network hoodie tonight?
It was warm in here. That's why.
I do love that you're wearing a classic vintage Commander Cody shirt.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I mentioned it.
Last segment of the show.
He's single, ladies. He's single.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate that. Last segment of the show tonight. We're gonna wrap it up in style as we normally do. We always wrap it up, Dan.
Well,
and we're okay. We're gonna move on.
why in the hell does the third segment always falls apart, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's bound.
Maybe we should record backwards.
Well, we can try that next time. This one comes out of upstate New York. New York State Police arrested a man 3 times on the same day.
What?
Yeah, that must be some sort of record.
There's some kind of rule that like after the third time they just shoot you?
I don't think so.
No.
At least not in New York. I don't know how they do it in other places.
Well, maybe Texas.
They took place on March 7th in the Orange County city of Newburgh. The first arrest occurred at 7:55 a.m., so he got to it early.
Do you think that's where Orange County choppers are from
I don't think so.
the old motorcycle show?
I don't think so. So 7:55 a.m., he was up and at him.
Early
early
bird
that
gets
day.
the felony.
Young man by the last name of Raddick. Troopers say he was driving a 94 Jeep Cherokee traveling south in Newburgh when he was stopped for a vehicle and traffic law violation. The trooper discovered that Raddick was driving with a suspended driver's license and was in possession of crack cocaine.
Oh.
Which, as opposed to Oregon, is not legal to possess in New York still.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
He was charged with a misdemeanor drug charge.
For crack?
Yes, and issued a ticket in order to appear in Newburgh court on April 19th.
He got suspended, driving on suspended license and crack and got a ticket?
Yeah. No. Well, he got arrested, but then he got out, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. All right.
The second arrest occurred at 2:30 p.m. Troopers say...
That's a pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah, right. You're right back at it. Troopers say Raddick was...
Dude, he had shit to do. What do you expect? I mean, what's he going to do, right?
The New York State Troopers say Raddick was driving a 2007 Honda Civic and...
Changed up vehicles so he wouldn't get caught again?
Right, I guess.
Maybe they won't see me if I'm in a Civic instead.
And he got stopped by the same state trooper that he got stopped by earlier.
Okay, yeah. Here's a clip of the radio from the trooper. Dispatch, you can believe this shit.
Exactly. He had 1.3 grams of heroin and crack cocaine in the car this time.
Did they take the first crack from him, or is this new crack?
I don't know.
So this was his backup crack.
It may have been.
Okay, and heroin now. All right. Well, hell yeah, man. YOLO. Go. You're already in trouble, might as well.
Once again, he was charged with a misdemeanor drug charge, issued a ticket in order to appear in court on April 19th. So he's got a double header on April 19th in court.
Busy boy.
And the final arrest occurred at 5:45 p.m. when Raddick was back in the Jeep Cherokee.
Okay. All right, man.
On a different street.
This dude is... get him on the phone. We got to talk to this guy.
The trooper determined that Raddick was impaired by drugs. Yeah, you think so?
Yeah. Good police work there, sir.
So this time, he was given 2 felony charges and released on an appearance ticket to appear.
But still released?
On April 20th. So the next day, he's got to go back for the felonies.
Okay, so they released him again?
Yeah, it was only 5:45. He could have got a fourth one in if he was.
So he picked up 2 misties and 2 felonies for the day,
Yeah.
and still went home and got him some Arby's, and went back to the house.
He was to
watch Live Rescue or whatever.
Yeah, he was still home before
bedtime. He's going to be home in bed before I am tonight. This is all right. Where was this at? Upstate New York?
Yeah, Newburgh.
Dumbass. All right, let's stay in. You want to stay in New York?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't. The U.S. Attorney's... Oh, Buffalo. This is in Buffalo, by the way.
Buffalo. Great city, Buffalo.
You been to Buffalo?
Yeah.
Why? How in the hell have you been everywhere?
Yeah.
You've been everywhere, man.
The rock and roll lifestyle, the road is a lonely mistress, Dan. I don't know what any of that means. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The look on his face, folks. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Western New York is seeking the owner of a 1996 Ferrari F50 that was stolen from Italy in 2003.
It's one of them Italian cars.
That's right. That's how my grandpa pronounced it, Italy.
Yeah.
According to reports from the civil action filed by the U.S. Attorney's Office, the Ferrari crossed the Canadian border at the Peace Bridge. Again, with the Peace Bridge.
Yeah, there's some...
2 weeks in a row, Peace Bridge making a strong showing here on the No Canoes Network.
I don't think we actually did that story on the show.
I thought we did.
I don't think so.
No, we talked about
there
it.
What was happening was people were smuggling pot over the Peace Bridge.
Look, folks, behind the scenes, there's a lot of stories that we don't do every week because they're worse than the ones that we do.
Yeah, so that ought to
You
tell
can imagine how bad those...
The quality level of those.
Yeah. Anyway, the Ferrari crossed into the States on December 19th, 2019. The Ferrari was taken into custody by Customs and Border Patrol
and inspected.
The Ferrari was taken... Come on over here, Ferrari, eh? We're not going to be messing with you no more there, eh? I see you
That's,
messing around, Ferrari.
They won't even arrest a dude with heroin. And
But a Ferrari is taken into custody.
Yeah, the Ferrari's
Oh, don't you know?
going downtown.
Upon inspection, officers found that some rivets on the VIN plate located on the dashboard were covered with a black tar substance and realized the vehicle was stolen. With the Ferrari estimated to be worth $1.9 million, several people have come forward claiming ownership.
yeah, that's mine.
Yeah. Government.
I'd like to formally come forward and say that that's my Ferrari also.
Yeah, anyone seen that Ferrari? It was Ricky's Ferrari. He got it in Italy on his rock and roll lifestyle world tour. The government has filed a civil action lawsuit to determine who can take ownership of the vehicle, as it has traveled across continents and countries for nearly 2 decades, just like Ricky.
That's all true. All right, this one, we're going to move a little bit to the west. This one's out of the Detroit area.
Okay.
Police aren't clowning around as they seek to bust the person who stole a beloved landmark from a downriver community.
Right.
Downriver, I don't like to hang out in downriver communities. But
It's a lovely part of the world, sir.
Yes. Asking for help from the public, the Woodhaven police said that last weekend, sometime between midnight Friday, March 12th, and 1 a.m. Saturday, March 13th, the Ronald McDonald statue was stolen from behind a local McDonald's restaurant. The bench he sat upon was cut, and Ronald was taken, police said, sharing photos of both the statue as it appeared prior to the theft and the empty bench, sans the smiling character, on social media. It's been a sad week at McDonald's in Woodhaven, the department wrote.
Because they got their checks that week.
Ronald has been a big part of the Woodhaven community for many years. You know, everywhere there's a McDonald's, there's a Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, it's like you live there.
Ronald has been a big part of the community.
Like he's the community librarian for the last 35 years.
Yeah, and the Granitor family is offering a $1,500 reward for his safe return.
Well, cool. Get him on the phone because I bet you it was that damned hamburger.
Oh, boy.
But you know what? He could have done it on his own. He probably had to have the Fry Kids and the Grimace as his muscle.
I think there was some pretty deep corruption going on, and Mayor McCheese is really behind the whole thing.
Officer Big Mac really needs to get his ass on the job.
For $1,500, you could probably just buy another one of those things. I don't really know why they need to.
I don't know why any of them have them anymore.
All right. Well,
damn, that clown's creepy. You know what else is creepy?
What's that, Dan?
The paranormal news.
That was one hell of a segue, Dan.
Well, you know, every once in a while I screw up and do something right, Ricky.
All right. Paranormal news.
Even a blind nut finds a squirrel once in a while.
I don't think that's the saying exactly. This one is out of Scotland. We're going to visit the famed Loch Ness.
There could be only one.
A diligent Loch Ness webcam watcher from Ireland has been credited with 2021's fourth sighting of the legendary monster said to lurk the famed location.
Would you be speaking of the Loch Ness Monster?
That'd be the one.
He always wants tree fitty.
Owen O'Fallhagen tuned in to the live stream last week when, as occurred numerous times in the past, he spotted something unusual. There was a disturbance in the water, he said, and a wake is also visible. There was a disturbance in the water.
St. Patrick's Day was last week.
And the wake is also visible.
I heard.
The black sheep.
Oh, here it's for you, say.
Oh, man. O'Fallhagen went on to note that two black hump-like shapes seemed to be popping up and down as it cut through the surface of the loch.
Okay, so my guess was probably Fergie.
Fortunately, he managed to capture footage of the incident and subsequently submitted it to the official Loch Ness Monster Sightings Register, which determined that his report passed muster and it was declared the fourth case of 2021.
They have criteria?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Remarkably, the webcam viewer is also responsible for 2 other official reports this year and a staggering 12 Nessie sightings over the last 4 years.
All right, this guy's making shit up then.
I don't know, man.
He's full of shite, I tell ya.
He submitted it to the official Loch Ness Monster Sightings Register, and they said it was legit.
Well, then it's official. Good job, O Fallacy or whatever his name was.
Yeah, I don't know, even remember now.
O Flarfentarkin.
O Falhagen.
O Falhagen is O full of crap.
Yes.
Is that what you got for us, Paranormal,
That's it.
Yeah, it was Paranormal, all right.
That damn monster.
You want to talk about monsters?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you about some monsters, Ricky.
Please do.
Monsters. There be monsters, Ricky. Winter is on its way out. It was like 60-something here today. It was beautiful.
Wonderful.
It was terrific. The days are getting longer. Vaccinations are ramping up. I looked at the word. I thought it said vacations. I went, no, that's way too long for the word vacations. I read by length of word, not by letters.
Yeah.
I'm like the T-Rex. If they don't move, I can't see
To
them.
each their own.
Vaccinations are ramping up, and an end to the pandemic could be in sight. Settle down, CNN. But murder hornets don't care about any of that crap. Murder hornets got shit to do, Ricky.
When the murder hornets are back.
The murder hornets have never left, Ricky.
Uh-oh.
Warmer weather is when they thrive. Murder hornets like to go out when the claws come out. You know there's no laws while drinking the White Claws. Sun's out, guns out with these murder hornets, bro. Hey, bro, I'm a murder hornet. Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
I think it really seems like a murder hornet would be the kind of insect to slam White Claws.
They're flying around with sleeveless T-shirts on and hats on backwards and shit. Scientists in the U.S. and Canada are preparing for the next Asian giant hornet season in the summer and fall of 2021. Because murder hornets are actually called the Asian giant hornet.
Yeah, right.
In the coming year, Washington State, British Columbia, and U.S. federal agencies are gearing up and collaborating on their plans to track, trap, and eradicate any Asian giant hornets they find. That's according to the Washington State Department of Agriculture. It says here, they're after honeybees, not humans.
Well, that's comforting, I guess, although the bees don't need any more problems.
No, but at least you don't have to worry about...
The bees got their own problems.
You don't have to worry about a jacked up bro hornet coming after you, though.
Well, you might if you...
So, the murder hornets are an invasive pest that threatens pollinators and ignores international borders, the department wrote.
Oh, man. They're not getting visas or anything. They're just doing whatever they feel like.
I told you, murder hornets got shit to do. Known for their massive size... Bro, I'm swole. Cartoonish faces and penchant for decapitating honeybees. Holy shit, these things are nasty. The Asian giant hornets have a toxic venom that can damage tissue in humans if stung. Oh. Rarely stings can be deadly. But they're not after humans. Again, they're not after humans.
Yeah, well, they can tell me they're not after humans all they want, but that doesn't make it any less frightening.
Well, you want to hear something frightening? They attack honeybee hives, destroying them in mere hours, decapitating the bees in what scientists call their quote-unquote slaughter phase.
Slaughter phase?
They have a slaughter phase, Ricky.
I know a kid who went through a slaughter phase in high school. He was just wearing the T-shirts and stuff. He wasn't murdering bees.
I went through a Nelson phase. I can't. They then take over the hive.
Can't sing on the podcast, Dan. We'll owe Nelson money, and you know they'll be looking for it.
Oh, I will do anything and everything in my power now to get a cease and desist letter by Nelson. When you're editing this and you turn around, I'm going to slip in some Nelson tunes. They okay. Where was I before Nelson?
Something
took
about
over?
Their slaughter phase.
Oh yeah, that's right. Up all night and sleep all day. They take over the hive, feeding their own young with honeybee eggs and larvae.
What assholes!
Man, I'm not sleeping tonight. I might as well just hang out with you all night because I'm not sleeping after that.
Yeah, me either.
All right. The last thing I was going to talk about, this dude, he was an only child. He took a DNA test, found out that he has evidently 30, what he considers 30 siblings because this dude would stop by the sperm bank and did a stop and drop and dropped off a bunch of baby batter, and now he has siblings. That's
does that really make a sibling, though? I mean, if you don't even know the people.
It does if you need to buy your sibling gifts, and if you do, NoCanoeStore.com.
Nope. Nope, it's still not that. It's nokanews.store.
That's why I still don't have any T-shirts. So I'm still rocking this loincloth, man.
It's still nokanews.store. You also can still find us on YouTube.
God, I'm the worst at this.
Hit us up on Facebook. Not like you hit up somebody's girlfriend on Facebook, but
hit me up, bruh. Bruh, I'm a murder hornet. Hit me up, bruh. Yo, girl, hit me up, girl.
I sort of can't believe I said hit me up or hit us up or whatever.
Great, you'll be ticking and talking next. Maybe you're going to be hanging out with White Claws. I'm going to come up here next week. You're going to have White Claws, hat on backwards, for a team you don't even know. Right. But it was the trendy team.
Yeah, right.
Leggings.
Leggings?
I don't know, man.
Oh, yeah, I see where you're going with that.
Sleeveless T-shirt.
Well, I'm going to try to avoid that as long as I can, but...
That's probably a good move.
All right, thanks for hanging out with us this week. We're going to have a lot more fun next week.
It's debatable. I don't know if we're going to beat the Gallagher story.
Well, we'll do our damnedest.
If anyone's listening to this knows Gallagher, have him hit us up. Ricky knows him, I guess. He owes Ricky gas money.
All right, Noka News Network, the news no one cares about. We'll see you next week.
Bye, Gallagher.
Noka News Network.